Good morning, welcome back to HardFoul. I have a bunch of announcements for you guys, so please, I know this video is going to be a little bit longer. I encourage you, and I am kind of pleading that you watch the whole thing. I have a bunch of announcements that I want to make, so let's get it started. For one, I know I have not been uploading as much. I've had a bunch of stuff going on. I've had to kind of relocate, remove stuff around. I do have better lighting now though, so that's always a nice thing. I also am going to be expanding what I do on the channel. By expanding, not only will I be giving you HardFoul Radio Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, I will also be doing a once-a-week HardFoul podcast. Yes, they will become separate entities. The radio show being the radio show, the podcast actually being the podcast. And that will be 3 times a week for the radio show, once a week for the podcast. That is my normal sports that I have been giving you guys. That is not changing. What is changing, however, is I will also be joining up with the Feud Podcast. My friend Liam, if you've seen or heard his show, I've been on it a couple times. We're going to be starting the Feud here on this channel, which will be our own personal debate show every single Tuesday at this point. Hoping to expand on a little bit more, but as of right now, that'll for sure be coming your guys' way every Tuesday. I will also be launching my own website that should be up by April, and they will have our own stories, our own headlines, our own blogs, and our own report. What am I trying to accomplish with all this stuff? I'm trying to create my own online sports network. I'm really tired of just having to go off ESPN, having to go off FS1, local news, all that stuff. I'm trying to move away from that and get away from that. To such a degree, the podcast that I will be doing once a week will primarily be just kind of comparing, contrasting, and picking apart ESPN, FS1, local sports. What headlines are they trying to push? What is the media trying to convince you of? And how do you have not just a contrarian for the sake of contrarian opinion, but a truly legitimate, different opinion and facts to back it up? In this sports network, I'm trying to make a for the people sports network. I'm not just trying to be non-PC against the grain like a Barstool or really hardcore Fox Sports News is. I am also not trying to conform to everything like a very ESPN or very liberal sports message. I am also doing away with my wig. This is no longer going to be a tricks and gimmicks thing. This is going to be a show of skill, my gift of gab, how well I know sports, how well I can provide sports and the content to you. This is also going to be a rather expensive thing as I transition. Now, I am lucky enough to have people that are willing to help join me on this project, but I also know that it is going to take some money and some extra expenses. And let me start by saying, if you don't want to or cannot, I am not asking for money or demanding money. If you are able to spare money and you do want to contribute to this project and you want to see this project expand, I have recently just started a Patreon. I will have the link in the description. This will help me. Anything you can send, support. Eventually, I will be able to return some stuff as far as I've already got in the Patreon itself. When we reach a certain dollar amount, when I do my podcast, I'll be able to call people that have contributed to the show, have contributed to the network, and contributed to the overall essence of the channel. With that said, I will still have other content on the channel, continuing and re-picking up my No Feelings meetings with NF Show, and also continuing my A&M podcast with Shadow Charizard. These will eventually be on different SoundCloud links because I understand if you're coming for sports, you're not going to want to listen to the hip-hop and the anime part. Once again, this is another reason why the Patreon is there, because the more that I want to do and the more that I want to involve, this is going to become a much more expensive project. And I'm already a couple $1,000s in, and your boy don't got a budget like that. This is kind of like the beginning of where I want to be. Like I said in the beginning, I want to create my very own sports network that is simply online and strictly online and be able to voice my opinions and put what I consider to be good content and what I consider to be a good judgment on sports out into the world. And I hope that you guys can receive it and you guys can and now receive daily content from this channel. But with that being said, this is, like I've continued to state, is going to be a lot of time. It is going to need some bit of extra funding. So if you want to see this come to fruition, please, I am highly suggesting, if you want to see this, then the Patreon is going to be key, and whatever assets and resources you can donate are going to be essential. I will also still like to dab into the speaking that I've done on this channel before, and also the vlogs with my girlfriend, but that'll probably end up becoming on a second channel, which will most likely be HardFoul Lifestyle. This channel will be changing its name to HardFoul Network. Debates, articles, podcasts, radio, gaming. I want to create the HardFoul Network, and I hope that you guys not only are excited, but enjoy what you'll be seeing starting Monday. Good morning, and can't wait to see you guys then.